EDY 3310 Educational Psychology, the assignment number 2. First, we will introduce ourselves. My name is Jacqueline Lu. I'm a third-year student undertaking Bachelor of Arts, Education in Accounting, and minor in Language and Literature.
My name is Angela Sop. I'm a third-year student undertaking Bachelor of Arts in Education, majoring accounting and minoring language and literature. Our topic on this video presentation is on student suspension. In the educational psychology, that course that we are taking, there are many concepts that most schools address or find to manage effectively challenging students' behaviors, including violence, antisocial behaviors, bullying, talking back to the teacher, and disruptive classroom behaviors. And so, student suspension is one of them, where students are not allowed to enroll in the school anymore and attend classes and credits or receive financial aid during the suspension period that eventually have a bad impact on the learning of the students. Thus, our main aim behind this presentation is to educate or inform the grade 12 students in Papua New Guinea about the reason why this concept has been imposed in 1960s and also how it impacts teaching and learning. Secondly, how it impacts the grade 12 students, my colleagues, and myself as a teacher. And how it impacts my students' growth and development. And finally, what are the benefits and challenges for me as a teacher and my students in the classroom.
Student suspension was first proposed in the 1960s in the United States of America, especially to help control the misbehaviors of the students in the school, as it is the clear predictor of students' dropout rates, graduation rates, and poor post-secondary outcomes. Of great concern is the disproportional use of suspension with black and economically disadvantaged students, as well as with students with disabilities.
How does student suspension impact teaching and learning? Student suspensions cruelly impact teaching and learning in the school in a sense that students lose learning and thinking grades, where they lose valuable instrument and learning time whenever they are taken out of the classroom, and even all schools in Papua New Guinea have a no makeup policy for work missed because of suspension. This time adds up quickly, and it's not uncommon for students' grades to drop as a result. Research has shown that when it comes to education, attendance is essential to success. So pulling students out of the classroom when there could be other options seems like a waste of valuable instructional time.
How does it impact my students, my colleagues, and myself as a teacher? If a student is suspended from school, it is because he or she has done something wrong. So the consequence is students getting themselves involved in this suspension. Therefore, the only impact for the teacher is emotional. Most teachers, they do care for their students and well concerned of their students, and they want best from their students. However, suspension can be perceived by students as a rejection, and this can lead to a lack of trust between students and their teachers. When students lost trust, they lost the benefits of forming the relationships that help them feel connected to their teachers.
does the student's suspension impact my students' growth and development? Researchers have documented that suspension has negative impact on students to advance academically to the next grade or to graduate on the right time as expected by themselves as well as other stakeholders, and also increase the likelihood of dropping out of school. These are then associated with a stronger likelihood that students started to narrow their mindset and because their feelings as students are intended or willing to understand and know more new things. As they involve taking the legal system or being suspended by the school administration, they already cease focusing on their studies and the next step they should have taken after the completion of the present status. They can also build their academic growth and developments, but then it will take some good number of time, challenges and efforts to build, maintain their career. Otherwise, if they lose focus as the fever of suspension and expel has already impacted their mindset and don't want to be patient and appeal or readmit the next time around, then they will be hopefully involved in crime or spending more time out of work as others. Doing so at early age can not only affect students' academic growth and development, but can also affect their physical growth and development and their health in the long run.
There are lots of benefits as well as challenges related with students' suspension. As students get involved in the suspension, they already ceased continuing their studies for a certain time period depending on the nature of issue being created. Suspension is more beneficial for the students, teachers, and the general school public. Through suspension, students tend to learn and be different than whom he or she used to be before. When students receive the support they need, they are less likely to be referred to the suspension program again.
In addition, other benefits of a developed school suspension program include, firstly, developing a positive school culture. When students have clear roles and expectations and know how rules will be enforced, they are more likely to behave and succeed. Secondly, opportunity for reflection. Suspension can provide a chance for students to reflect on their actions, understand the consequences, and think about their future choices. Thirdly, focus on personal development. Time away from a traditional school environment can allow students to focus on personal interests, hobbies, or skills that they might not have time to pursue otherwise. Fourthly, learning from mistakes. Experiencing the consequences of their actions can lead to personal growth and maturity. Students may develop a better understanding of responsibility and decision making. And the next, strengthening resilience. Overcoming the challenges associated with suspension can build resilience and coping skills that may benefit students in the long run. And finally, reassessing goals. Students may take this time to reassess their academic and career goals, leading to more informed choices.
While these potential benefits exist, it's important to note that suspension can also have significant challenges, such as impacting on students' academic record, self-esteem, and future educational opportunities. In the midst of suspension, students already lost their mind. feeling out of the school community, or giving away being a student and studying in the classroom. Thus, it eventually affects their learning or academic performance. Furthermore, according to Roderick in 1995, he stated that it was not only suspension that negatively affects their academic performance, but then it is also been discovered that suspension results in an increased risk of dropouts.
To conclude, suspension is one of the models or concepts that every school addresses on how effectively and best to handle challenging students' behaviors as well as bullying and all antisocial behaviors. It eventually affects students in their growth and development, either academically or at their physical well-being. They tend to lose learning and fail quiz, miss praises instrument and learning time whenever they are taken out of the classroom and schools, as there is no make-up policy for work or class missed because of suspension. It can also lead to a lack of trust between students and their teachers. When students lose trust, they lose the benefits of forming the relationships that help them feel connected to their teachers. It is also documented that suspensions have negative impact on students to advance academically to the next grade or to graduate on the right time, and even can extremely affect their physical well-being for ceasing studies for certain time period and increase likelihood of dropping out of school. Besides all these challenges, there are other benefits that suspension brings as well, where after notifying all their mistakes, students need to learn and be different than whom he or she used to be before and do adjustments in their careers.
And therefore would like to recommend that once suspension is already in place, it is not as much as effective in corresponding to prevent disruptive behaviors in some of the schools nowadays. So when dealing with students' antisocial behaviors, suspension must seriously be taken into consideration by every school in Papua Guinea in order to effectively deal with all immoral and harmful behaviors of the students.